What's good, YouTube? ToxicSight here, back again with another video, and in this video we're going to be covering my old favorite support, Seris. Um, she used to, well, she probably still is actual top-notch healing late game. Um, but we'll go over all that stuff in this video and in the other videos where I actually play her. Her talents: Agony, Rinse Soul, stuns for 1.5 seconds when they're affected by 4 soul charges. Um, Mortal Reach, increased range of healing by restore soul by 300% and reduce the time between heal ticks by 17%. Soul Collector, each soul charge you detonate with Rinse Soul increase your maximum health and weapon damage up by 2% until you die. Stacks up 15% so that could get up to 30. Mortal Reach is by far her best as a healer. As you can tell, you can play damage Seris, which is pretty decent. Mortal Reach Soulforge increase the range from your main target, at which restores still secondarily heals. Healing can target allies by 24%. Heal for every 1 second using Shadow Travel. Increase healing done by Soul Rim by 16. Increase movement speed. Or your movement speed is increased by 32% while an enemy is marked. With a soul orb stack. Heal for 210 every 1 second. So her abilities: right click, or her left click is soul orb, magical projectiles. It's an area damage. I'm happy they finally put that on there because everybody was saying that it's Haven that blocks it. It's not. It's a blast shield. Because if you shoot at one enemy and there's somebody standing right next to it, it hits him too because it's considered a blast. It's called a radial damage, area damage, as they finally confirmed. Fires magical projectiles every 0.3 seconds that pierce and apply a soul orb stack, dealing 210 damage. This is what it looks like. The orb changes based on which weapon you have equipped. It's pretty decent firing rate. Her next ability, her left click restore soul, targets an ally, restoring 1500 health over 1.5 seconds. Nearby enemies are healed by 40% of the healing done. You can't really see it bouncing here, but let's compare it to Cassie's damage. It keeps up with a single Cassie, pretty much. In my opinion, Soulforge used to be better whenever it lowered the cooldown of it. Because what Mortal Reach did with the old talent was Void Abides. If y'all remember my first video, Mortal Reach now does both of them. Mortal Reach used to just be the extended. Like, I can heal them from a pretty long range. Like, I can heal them from all the way back here. Which used to be roughly, I think here used to be the mortal range last time. So you got an extra 5 or 7 feet. But Void Abides used to do the area healing, which now Mortal Reach does, plus Soulforge. So that's even better that it's all in one talent. But the Soulforge, in my opinion, I wish it stayed the cooldown, because now Chronos is technically required for Seris. Well, not really, because it's got the 1.5 second cooldown on it. But, so, remember, all these are just my personal opinions. We're going to go check out the next ability. not the next talent, next ability, which is my F, her normal Q. I think I just flipped those two. Rend Soul, detonates your soul orb stacks on enemies, dealing 100 damage and healing you for 15% of your maximum HP per stack detonated, which is pretty good. So I'm just going to sit here and stack up on these pips. And, hold on, I need to do it over here, where they don't die as fast. So I'm going to do it in here, because Nando is... You see how it does 100 damage per stack? How he has 4 on him? Hold on. The cooldown on it is ridiculous. Yeah, they both took 400. It's really good. Just that extra damage, because you can hold your left and your right click and do damage with your left click, and then just turn to an ally and do your right and heal whenever it's back up. Pop your F or your Q, whichever Rend Soul is, and just keep going like that. As you can see, your next ability is Shadow Travel. Phase into another plane of existence for a brief duration, increasing movement speed and becoming stealth and ethereal, immune to harmful effects. She's immune to damage. She's immune to CC. She's immune to, I'm almost positive she's immune to Torvald's Hyper Beam. She is immune to, like, if you were running, like, double heal or 5 heal or whatever heal. I do believe she is also immune to the healing from other players while she's in Shadow Travel. And stuff like that. Which is not a good thing. Her ult, which is, in my opinion, the second best ult out of all supports. Mainly because if you're working with your team really well and you do it, we're going to read it before we see it. If I could hit the right button. Convergence, cast your soul core into the battlefield, causing a tear of reality and manifest and drag all nearby enemies into it. That's what it is, but it grabs everybody, and then you just stack massive soul charges for Rend Soul. But it also leaves everybody open to your allies to shoot them, do damage, combo ults, whatever. Comboing ults is the biggest thing with it. You use that. I wish I had somebody else to show you with this, running Lex or Leon. But you run Convergence, pull them all in, hit them, and then have that Lex do the Law, or Leon doing Imminence, or anything. Not Imminence. Is it Imminence? Whatever her ult's called. I've seen people get quad kills off of it. I've seen people get, I've never gotten a penta with it because it's hard to grab all 5 people at one time unless they're all on the point. You just ult right behind her, right in front of it. But her ult is stopped by a lot of the front lines, just their shields in general, not even their ults. But yeah, that's her Mortal Reach talent. The next one was really a toss-up for me, because I like Agony because of the stun, but at the same time I like Soul Collector because of the extra damage and it increases your maximum health, not your current health. So I went with Soul Collector just for the survivability aspect. But this loadout, I know whenever I was going over it, it can really be used for either one. For Agony or, um, actually I'm missing, I chose the wrong one somewhere. Yeah, this is wrong. I changed this. But this is basically the loadout minus this. I'll just go back to the other loadout to show you the cards that are placed here. Increase your healing done by Rinso by 40. Heal 210 every second. Channeling restore soul. You're still gonna heal during either one of the loadouts, but this one's mainly gonna focus on damage. Reduce the cooldown of Rinso by 2 seconds, and then every soul charge you detonate generates 1 ammo. And then right now it's set to increase your ultimate charge rate by 10%. But what I ended up deciding to change it to is your movement speed increases by I think it'll be 16% while an enemy is marked. Now, since you're running Agony or Soul Charge, your Soul Collector is based off your Rin Soul. You're not gonna always have a markup, but whenever you run your ammo, you will be able to have a Soul Charge up like always. So I need Cassie to kill me real quick, because I think she starts out at like 2400 health. Thank you. Oh no, she starts out at 22. Cassie, hush. I don't need to hear your shots right now. So let me kill this Fernando. Okay. So I'm at 2552. It hasn't stacked up 15 times yet. You can tell how many stacks you have from your soul collector because that icon down at the bottom of the screen next to your health and everything will show you how many detonated souls you have. But once you're at 15 stacks, which is really easy to get, honestly, you do 273 damage a hit instead of the 200, which that 73 might not seem like a lot, but it really is. And you get all the way up to 2860 health, which is a lot for a support. The real good change here is you can easily get kills now. Because that extra 73 damage adds up over time. The other thing that I said about you being able to run it with Agony is Agony is really good still either way. The biggest difference is, see how it stuns? It really opens your enemy that you stun up for your allies. But it has to be full. You can't just hit like 2 and then hope they get stunned, because you have to hit all 4, which is why I've decided, another reason why I decided to go with Soul Collector over it. Because you can do it with just 1. I mean, it doesn't really stack up that much if you just do 1 at a time. The cards that benefit against her is Blast Shield, Resilience if you want to get rid of Convergence, the draw time. You're not going to get rid of Convergence. You can't block it completely with just Resilience, but you can reduce the time that you caught. Going against her is Blast Shield, Resilience, and Cauterize. If you want cards that you use for her, is nimble. Chronos, now that Soulforge doesn't do what it used to do. Morale boost is really good, especially if you go on one of the damage routes. Kill to heal or life rip. And then cauterize. I would mainly use the Wrecker if your opponent's got multiple shielders with like the damage champions or the flankers, mainly the damage. But yeah, Seris is really fun. Like these two pips that keep moving around. I'm getting tired of hearing your footsteps. But yeah, that's Seris for you. In the next video we will be covering Pip. I think it's Pip. So yeah, Pip. Which is really fun. I've gotten really used to Pip here lately. So until then, be good to yourself, be good to your loved ones, and we will be clowning in the next one.